that I had taken here. It's really not the case for all courses. Most classes, 70% of them are 20 students or fewer. It's really only your freshman and your sophomore year when you have these really large introductory classes. So to offset that, they have something called introductory seminars. They're classes that are capped at 15 students, and they're taught by professors that are the heads of their departments. They're Nobel Prize winners, Pulitzer Prize winners. I signed up for one called Polar Exploration my freshman year. I don't really want to be a polar explorer, but it looked really cool, and there was a field trip involved. So I was like, ooh, sign me up. Our professor was Rob Dunbar. He's this really amazing climate scientist. He actually missed our last class because he was speaking at the UN about climate change. So it was amazing to learn from him. We read all kinds of stories of polar explorers. And then for our last class, we got to go up into the Sierra Nevadas and camp out in the snow overnight with Rob. It was the worst night of sleep of my life. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Rob taught us how to make these little snow caves in the snowbanks, these little like individual coffins in the snowbanks. They looked super comfy during the day, really uncomfortable at night. I had accidentally built mine at an angle, so I kept slipping out in the middle of the night and I'd have to crawl back in. And it dropped below zero and they weren't expecting it, so it was absolutely freezing. We had the wrong kind of sleeping bags. And my ceiling was so low that my breath was melting the ice and it was like dripping in my face all night long. And they thought it was a great idea to tell us they spotted a bear there the week before. So I haven't slept a wink, and then all of a sudden I hear this crunching in the snow. And I'm like, oh, no, this is it. I actually still have it. I took out my diary and I wrote, I think this is the end. Not too dramatic. But I was imagining this bear claw coming through my ceiling. I couldn't take it anymore, so I just eventually went, hello? And I hear, I can't get my boots on. And my friend had to pee in the middle of the night and was crunching around in the snow trying to get her shoes on. That being said, none of us slept. The next day, we all had the same story of thinking this bear was going to come attack us. So we thawed out in the cars. Then we got to go dog sledding. We met this guy who was 100% snow parka, who could pick up the snow, look at it under a magnifying glass, and tell you how much wax you needed on your skis to get maximum velocity. He was like a snow crystallographer expert. It was an amazing trip. Really bad night for sleep. Okay. Any questions at all while we're fucking me by? You can go inside the buildings on your own time. We're not going to do anything on the tour. These are all like offices and classrooms, mostly just professors' offices. Nothing super interesting. I promise. Maybe the research is.
Maybe we won't get to things.
Exactly. Any other questions? Okay. So while we're entering main quad in this transition, I can talk about my transition to Stanford. I was really worried coming here. I wasn't sure if I was going to be at the top of my class. Definitely not. At the bottom, I don't think so. At the end of the day, that really ended up not being my main concern, just because people here are so humble and really helpful. You will meet people that have like cured cancer and founded their own nonprofits and are doing amazing things in the world. But everybody here is really understanding and helpful, and they just want people to really get along. It's really a nice place to be for that. Another thing that really helped was forming those close relationships with professors. I did a program called SoCo, or Sophomore College. It's the 3 weeks before your sophomore year, and they're supposed to like get you amped about studying and about research. So I took one called Marine Biology, Natural History, and Research. We're going to pause right here before we go in the archway. And so I was like, great, I get to like intensely study marine biology for 3 weeks, get to do a research project, this is going to be awesome. I showed up on the first day, it was in Monterey, California, and the class ended up being yoga and meditation on the beach for 3 weeks with your professor.
Okay.
So we would wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, we'd go down to the beach, we'd do some yoga, we'd come back to the cabin, we'd make breakfast for everybody, then we'd go hiking in the woods. Stu, our professor, taught us all these meditative practices. He ended up being a professor of neuroscience, so we didn't learn anything about marine biology, we did absolutely zero research, we just kind of picked these personal projects to work on. He would invite his friends over to come tell us their life stories, we all really bonded. And for our last trip, he took us to his friend's 500-acre private ranch on the coast of California. Her like granddad founded Lockheed Martin, something ridiculous like that. But she took us to a private beach, and I remember just sitting in the sand, being like, life does not get any better than this. Like fully funded by Stanford, catered meals every night. And I'm sitting there, and I kid you not, dolphins started leaping out of the water in front of us. And I was like, are you kidding me? So it was a really amazing program. We all got super close. So every once in a while, we'll have stressful days or stressful weeks. We'll call each other up. We'll be like, Monterey, and we'll drive over, sit on the beach, and de-stress. It's really nice to have that sort of community here. Okay, we're going to enter main quad.
Wow, this is too much. This is भाई क्या मतलब ज़रूरत समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. This is too much. Actually, I crashed into the wall. हाँ
कभी सोचा था कि तू यहाँ आएगा?
भाई जिंदगी में कभी नहीं सोचा, सपने भी नहीं देखे ऐसे. नॉट इवन इन माय वाइल्डेस्ट ड्रीम्स. क्या? नॉट इवन इन द वाइल्डेस्ट ड्रीम्स हैव आई एवर थॉट.
So you start and you end your Stanford career, you come here at your first day and you take a jump to university, and then at one of your last days as a senior, you come here, you'll sit this whole place up at the tables, and you'll have one
Okay.
final meal, your stuff. You can also have your wedding here if you're at all affiliated with the university. We've got a nice church. So every once in a while you're biking to class, you haven't taken a shower yet, brushed your teeth. There's like a wedding procession going by. People taking their palms and piano photos. Makes you feel a little bit country. It's all good. So there is a church at the heart of campus. It is called Memorial Church because Mr. Stanford passed away just after the university opened. So this is dedicated to him. It's Mrs. Stanford's kind of pet project. She put a lot of time and effort into it. They didn't want to force their religion on anybody, so she invited priests and rabbis from different denominations of faith to come bless it when it first opened. It's really more as a space of spiritual gathering. So they do host services on Sundays, but they also do something called the Rathbun Lecture Series, where they invite one person every year to come and tell their life story. It's people like the Dalai Lama, Oprah Winfrey, Martin Luther King Jr. came back in the day. Last year it was Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. So all kinds of people come here. We like to say fortunately, but fortunately just after the church opened in 1904, Mrs. Stanford died in 1905 because in 1906 there was a huge earthquake on campus. There used to be a clock tower on top of the church. It came tumbling down, knocked the mosaic out of the front, punched a hole in the ceiling. So they decided not to rebuild the clock tower, and this is actually the second mosaic up here that they imported from Italy. We are going to stop here for 5 minutes so you guys have time to go inside and check the church out. You'll notice all the windows inside do have biblical references. It is a Christian church, except for the first window on the right-hand side. It shows little baby Leland ascending up into heaven. I will stay out here. There's also some Rodin sculptures. We will meet back at 4:17.